I'm very happy to be here in this beautiful city of Sinaia. Really impressed by the surroundings, by the landscape and the fantastic cross visible from all around the city. So this is really spectacular place. And I'm really happy to be here on the stage. Unfortunately, my point is just after lunch, so I'll be super happy seeing people joining during the presentation, but this is the current situation that I would like to share with you. So first of all, my name is Dariuzs Mazurkiewicz. I'm CEO of BLIK. I've been working on BLIK technology for the last 10 years. We've been building our team and our technology and our business processes around mobile payments for already the decade in Poland. And first of all, I would like to tell you that I'm super happy that I'm here. To be honest, with our fantastic Romanian team being based in Bucharest, we've been struggling and working on our technology for almost 2 years right now. But only now, we are super happy for the first time to be really officially on stage. Because we also would like to share our perspective. And it's really important just to tell you how we in BLIK think about mobile payments, digital payments, and what is our role in the digital payments, I would say, landscape in Europe. I decided to share a few facts about digital payments in general. So first of all, I would like to tell you that the presentation is not around only BLIK products. I'm not here to sell products. I'm here just to share the vision and the business perspective that is absolutely highly, I would say, impacted by digital payments in every aspect of the everyday life of our customers. And in the previous, I would say, panels, there was a very strong focus put on the customer. And this is exactly what we do at BLIK. We are putting the customer in the center of our strategy. And this is why we decided to kick off this presentation with the latest survey that has been elaborated by our colleagues from Deloitte in a famous and conducted on a regular basis report, Digital Banking Maturity, that our colleagues have conducted massively with the whole banking sector, I would say in a global perspective, assessing 349 banks from 44 markets. It's not only European perspective, but it's a global perspective. Of course, I will make a particular focus on Europe and analyzing, I would say, the digital strategy of banks in different countries in terms of the omni-channel approach, taking into account mobile banking applications, taking into account internet banking, and of course, general information that are available to customers through the public websites that are published to customers. A lot of customers have been analyzed. I would say that digital channels, including mobile banking apps, which is the core part of our business, was evaluated in this service, customer journey, all types of functionalities and features offered by banks in the mobile banking applications, of course. More than 4,000 customers have been surveyed, have been analyzed and discussed with them the strategy and they would say the satisfaction of those customers using digital channels of this great database of banks being assessed. And a lot of local researchers spent, I would say, almost 1 year on this analysis. And what do we really see? What is the general conclusion, not to go in a lot of details? Our colleagues from Deloitte are putting 6
Please take another one. Should work.
Yes, it works. So first of all, the trends that have been analyzed by our colleagues from Deloitte, it's called evolution instead of revolution. Discussing with the Deloitte, let's say, researchers, the meaning of evolution instead of revolution is much more putting accent on quality rather than quantity. It's not the number of features, hundreds, thousands of different features that are available in mobile banking applications, but it's the real quality and I would say satisfaction of fulfilling everyday needs of customers that is really in the heart of the trend. This is the first aspect. Convenient banking, it seems to be really evident, but what is behind the convenient banking definition? So first of all, everything is instant today. Everything is 24/7 today. Everything is seamless. There have been a lot of discussion on customer experience, which is especially, this number 2 trend is especially in the very heart of the strategy of BLIK. Super apps, sometimes it might seem a little bit contradictory, I would say, to the first point. How come prioritizing quality over quantity, how do we compare it to super apps that are really offering hundreds and thousands of different services? Customers, I would say, proposed and customers evaluated the apps by means of using different type of services and not only financial services. It's becoming a standard in different mobile banking applications, having public transport services available for customers, having loyalty solutions and super deals available in mobile banking applications. Mobile banking apps are going far beyond traditional financial products. And of course, payments are in the very heart of this super app approach coming from banks. There were a lot of different testimonials already discussed during the panels about the advisory, transforming customer advisory. I will not go into the details of AI, of bots, of communication, but definitely omni-channel coming from banks is also about information, it's also about education, it's also about providing the right information at the right time and having really, I would say, one-to-one communication with customers. Seeking familiar experiences. There are more and more users of mobile banking applications that really require from banks exactly the same user experience that they are experiencing in WhatsApp, Spotify, Uber. There is no reason to have a completely different user experience. Familiar experiences in comparison to other apps that are really used by customers on a daily basis is really critical for customers. And of course, there were a lot of discussion about personalization or either hyper-personalization of the communication between a bank and a customer. Of course, AI is the critical technology that is really fueling this part of the trend of the banks. But first of all, what we take out of those trends and what we really love is the fact that quality is more and more frequently, I would say, demanded by customers rather than quantity of services. When our colleagues from Deloitte were analyzing this big scope of banks on a global basis, but of course also on a European basis, they have divided banks with their digital strategies into 4 different segments. They divided the banks within the group of digital latecomers, digital adopters, digital smart followers, and of course, the digital champions. And here we are really super proud to announce that out of these 40 banks that have been classified as digital champions, really understanding these 6 trends and putting them into the real digital strategy proposed to customers, 6 of them are coming from Central Europe. And I would say 5 of the banks are our partners already for years. We are super happy to see PKO Bank Polski, mBank, Tatra Banka from Slovakia, Santander Bank and Revolut, and also ING that are really our partners for years. And we are already, I would say, contributing to this successful strategy of being digital #1 bank for the customers. Probably there was also one person that was mentioning in one panel a very critical and important fact, that it's not, of course, only about customer experience. It's not only about digital strategy, but of course, cash economy is very strongly related to gray economy. We know very well, and the study and the survey, let's say, proposed by Deloitte, shows a very clear, I would say, inverse relationship or inverse correlation between the number of digital transactions executed by the customers and the size of the gray economy. It seems that there is still a huge job to be done in Romania, and we at BLIK, we are really ready to contribute, to partner with banks, with payment services providers and acquirers, really to work on this aspect of the economy. We have gone a long way throughout the last 10 years in Poland, reducing the cash segment, I would say, from the 30% to 30% to 70%, from 30%, I would say, cashless economy to 70% right now. It was a big move, and I would say this trend has been very massively accelerated by digital channels, by digital payments, but especially by account-to-account payments that we are proposing to customers through mobile banking applications. There is no doubt that the market is becoming more and more mobile. This is really evident for everyone. It's not even worth mentioning this. We are living on a daily basis with our smartphones, executing transactions, shopping, searching for information. But what is really important to mention is that throughout 10 years, almost 10 years, there has been a tremendous and big shift from websites, from traditional electronic laptop banking, purely to digital banking on mobiles. So really digital banking, mobile banking applications are becoming the key touch point of the bank and of course of the acquirer and e-commerce provider with the customers. This is crucial, this is important, and this is where we are operating with BLIK. So here I just simply wanted to tell you that with this almost 38 million population, which is the population representing Poland, 31 million applications representing almost 80% of all the Polish population are disposing of mobile banking applications and using the mobile application on daily basis. And out of this 31 million of applications, according to the latest data that we are reporting to the market, 17.5 million customers are using our technology actively on monthly basis. And to be honest, even more, making a small deep dive in this number, half of this population is executing a BLIK transaction on daily basis. Every day, at least one BLIK transaction is represented in the half of this population. The trajectory is running very, very fast. It's not changing from one quarter to another. Here is just to tell you and just to show you the journey that we have gone through with our partnering banks and our partnering acquirers through the out 10 years. So this year, in the ecosystem that we are offering to the customers of mobile banking applications in our country, in Poland, the vast majority of transaction, of course, is executed in the e-commerce transaction, and here in the e-commerce segment. And this is important to mention, the e-commerce segment is the #1 segment that we are targeting, and #1 segment that we see as a key part of our strategy for Romania as well. Of course, instant payments, including contactless payments, not QR code payments. P2P transfers and ATM cash withdrawal. This is the whole ecosystem that we are offering in Poland. It's important to mention that priority #1 for BLIK is really digital commerce, e-commerce, and this is, of course, I would say this part of the payment business that we are focusing our efforts right now from the beginning. So almost 2.5 billion of transactions, this is the forecast for this year, still keeping the pace of growth between the last year, sorry for switching like this, for 23 and 24 on the level of 40%. And I'm also here just to announce you that our strategy is within next 3-year times, we want to double the result of 2024. So the target for the technology is 5 billion of transactions that will be executed by customers within the 3 years' time. based on new type of products that we are offering and will be offering very, very soon. This is just to tell you a little bit about the market perspective and the customer and the journey that we have traveled with our partners throughout the last almost 10 years, reaching up to the end of 2023. And to be honest, in 2024, we are observing almost 70%. It's more or less 68%. This is our forecast for this year. So we would say that almost 70% of all e-commerce transactions in our country is executed by means of account-to-account solution, which is BLIK, purely based on mobile banking applications. There are no other interfaces. There are no other big tech solutions that are going into the relationship between a bank, disposing of a fantastic tool like a mobile banking application, and the customer. There is no one ever should interfere into the relationship between a bank and the customer. This is the DNA of BLIK. It's not about providing another interface. It's not about providing another solution and another tool to which we would like to convince the customers. It's just bringing the transactions and everyday digital payments flow that is really killing cash and putting, let's say, the big barrier to cash by means of mobile banking application with the market shares that we have successfully achieved throughout the last 10 years. You have a few minutes before the panel. But also to tell you, I'm here on the stage also to tell you one thing. BLIK has an important role and feels a strong responsibility of coming with a full-fledged ecosystem that would be dedicated to mobile payments. It's not the job of any other player. It's not the job of any bank to provide the ecosystem of successful and really useful use cases that are really popular among customers. So, of course, you see a lot of partners. Of course, you see a lot of partners that are really ready with the integrations already executed with a big experience of transactions throughout the last 10 years with BLIK technology. We are really open. We are really ready to open up the acceptance network and the use cases that are ready to be used. Of course, they need to be adjusted to the Romanian circumstances, Romanian specificities, with central bank money here in Romania after the integration that will be very, very soon done. But the market is really waiting, and mobile banking applications can be leveraged on already prepared ecosystems that are really ready to be used. I'll be super happy to answer with our team any questions that you might have after the presentation and after the panel. Every merchant, every platform here, it was a big integration job that has been done throughout the last 10 years. As we are discussing here during this panel also the European situation, we would like to tell you just throughout probably a few seconds our perspective of the development of digital payments in Europe, especially mobile payments in Europe. It's not a history about fragmentation. Someone might say there are too many solutions in Europe. Europe is too fragmented. We are not ready to oppose to American technologies. People say so. It's not really the case. It's not how we see the market. What we see right now, we really see a huge phase of consolidation. We have no doubt that the Nordic countries that are super cashless societies, sorry for changing, super cashless societies are integrating themselves and are consolidating. We also see EPI, Vero, just launching P2P transfer between Germany and France, which is a sign of consolidation among 4 countries, Benelux countries, France and Germany. We also see the so-called Euro Payment Alliance, which is a connection between Portugal, Italy, and Spain with fantastic digital solutions proposed by banks locally over there with massive scale and massive penetration. And we also see BLIK trying to come up with the technology to other countries. And this is I would say, the perspective of Europe right now. And we would also say that being an early adopter, entering the digital payments market is a huge job. because Europe is already consolidating right now. It's also about the position of BLIK Europe. This is also a little bit of pride. We would like to tell you that the experience coming from the scale of transactions that we are processing with our partnering banks and our acquirers, not only in Poland right now, you saw the first international bank from outside Poland under the supervisory of National Bank of Slovakia. We are really super happy to announce that according to our forecast information that we dispose of, we should be targeting the position of a leader in terms of the number of transaction process. And last but not least, of course, open for partnership. Fantastic Romanian team is here just to help, to answer any question. But here on the stage, I would like to say thank you so much to the National Bank of Romania, which is after National Bank of Poland, National Bank of Slovakia, our important regulator, who decided to grant a license for a payment system, for a commercial solution like BLIK is. We do believe that this is a fantastic and great starting point for partnerships with all of you.